Hello guys, in this video we are going to create this frequently asked questions page, and here we'll create this collapsible tab kind of thing, and when we click this it will open and close, and basically it's just toggle based on the class. And we have done a similar project in day one, and we are doing this for the FAQ now. This is taken from the 50 projects in 50 days course by Travis Media. You can check that out in the description. There are more details about that course, and this is just me trying that out. So let's get started with the video. We are using the template that we had previously created, and the link to this is in the cards. You can check that out on how we can create this template. We are using live server to load the project into the browser so that we can just save and the changes will be reflected here. So let's get started now. First we'll add this font awesome CDN. So to do that we'll go to the CDN JS libraries and search for font awesome, and from this page we'll copy the link tag for the min.css and we'll paste it in the head here, and this will give us the access to the font awesome library, and we'll be using the icon set given in the font awesome for the project. And first let's change the title of the project, and we'll make it to FAQ. We'll just remove the h1 tag, and we'll wrap everything in a div with the class of FAQ container. And in the FAQ container we'll add an h1 tag, and this h1 tag will be the frequently asked questions. And below that we'll create a div with a class of FAQ. It will have an active class to it, and this will be the only div with the active class, and other divs will not have active class. And this active class will be toggled later to show and reveal the data inside. So here there will be an h3 tag with the class of FAQ title, and this will put a random question. So this is the question, and we'll create a paragraph tag with the class of FAQ text, and we'll give the value as this is the answer. And below that we'll create a button with the class of FAQ toggle. So this button will act as the toggle for the opening and closing. So in here we'll add two icons from the font awesome library. It will be an I tag with the class of FAS and FA, and for the open we'll use the chevron down icon, and for the close icon we'll use the times icon. So when you save that, you can see everything is here, and we'll copy this div, which is the FAQ div, a couple of times and change the data in that. So first we'll remove the active tag from here, and we'll add two, and we'll copy this once more and give it a value of 3. Okay, so now when we save that, there are 3 question and answers here. So that's all there is in the HTML. Now we will open the style and style it a bit. So we change the font family here. We do not want a Roboto. We just add the inlay font, and we just remove the weight as well, and we'll add the font family as well, and say that now the font is loaded here, and we do not want all this flex stuff. Instead we'll just add a background color, and we'll give it a value of 0, 0, 0. Save that. Let's take the FAQ container and style it. First let's give it a max width property of 600 pixels, and we'll center it by doing margin 0 auto, so it remains in the center. So now when we open it, you can see that everything is here. Now let's take the h1 tag and do text align center. Okay, so now let's take the FAQ div. So we'll first position it relative, because we want to position inside the FAQ as absolute. So we'll position it relative, and then we'll add a border to it, and we'll add a 1 pixel border, and it will be solid, and the color will be gray. Save that. Now you can see there is a border there. Now we'll add a padding to the whole FAQ, and we'll give it a value of 10 pixel, or maybe just increase it a bit. Yeah, this looks better. 30 pixel top and bottom, and 20 pixel left and right. And we'll give a margin of 10 pixel so that everything is separated a bit. We'll add a border radius of 10 pixel. Now we'll hide any if any overflow is there. Next we'll add a transition property so that everything when something changes, everything happens in a smooth way. So we'll add a transition of 0.3 seconds, and we'll give it a property of ease so that the transition is smooth. And this is applied to all properties, so whatever changes, it happens slowly. So that's all we need in the FAQ. Now let's style the FAQ with the active class. So when the active class is there, we want the background color to be white, and we'll also add a box shadow to the active class. So when the active class is there, we'll add a box shadow. So we'll add a 3 pixel offset on the x-axis and 3 pixel offset on the y-axis, and we'll apply a 6 pixel blur, and the color we are going to apply is black, so 0, 0, 0, and we'll add an alpha value of 0.1. So now when we see there is a small shadow on the div with active class. Let's position the buttons properly. So FAQ toggle. So FAQ toggle is a class which has the button. So position absolute, and we want to position it on the right hand side. So we'll do top 30 pixel, and we'll do right 30 pixel. Okay, so now we'll give it a height and a width property as well. We'll give it a height of 30 pixel, and we'll give it a width of 30 pixel as well, so it's square. And we'll remove the background color, so background color transparent, and we also do not want that border, so border is 0. Okay, so now let's remove one of this one of this icon. So when the FAQ toggle So so by default we do not want the X tag. So when the FAQ toggle, so we'll take the FAQ toggle and take the FA times icon and we'll display none. So now the X icon is gone. So we want to show the X icon when the active class is there. So what we'll do is we'll take the FAQ with the active class, and when this is true, we want to take the FAQ toggle and FA times, and we want to display it. So now it's there for the active class, and we do not want the chevron icon for the active class, so we'll remove that. So we'll basically just copy this and we'll paste it, and we'll change this to chevron down, and we'll display no. So now for the active class there is no icon, but when we click here we can see that there is an outline, so we will remove that. So dot FAQ toggle focus, and we'll put outline 0. So now there is no outline there. Now let's remove the text here for the inactive classes. So the way we can do that is we'll go here and we'll do FAQ and FAQ text, and we'll display none. But when the active class is there, FAQ not active, we want to show that FAQ text display block. So now the answer is only for the active class, and all other classes do not have that property. So we also want the X to have a round icon behind it. So here when we see that in the demo there is a small round background for the X icon, so we will make that, and then we'll add this background icon as well. So here to add the background to the button, what we'll do is for the times we'll add a color of white. Now the icon is white, but at the same time when the FAQ is active we want to style the toggle, and we'll give it a background color of gray. So now you can see the icon, but it is not round. So on the toggle here we'll add a border radius, and we'll give it a value of 50%. So now it is circular. Now the only thing left is this icon here, and that's what we'll do next. To do that we'll use the before and after pseudo selectors. So here we'll do dot FAQ before, and we want it only for the active class, so active before, and cell copied and add comma and after. So we'll cut it from here and paste it below the active class. So here we'll add a content to see what happens. So when we add a content of hi and save it, you can see that before and after the class there is these two words. So we do not want these words, but instead we want the icons. So to get that icon, we'll go to the Font Awesome site and search for comment, and here there is a Unicode value. We can use this value to show the icon there from the CSS itself. So we'll copy this Unicode value and come back to our application, and to uh, to paste that Unicode, we'll do a backslash and then paste the Unicode value and save. So now there is two circles, two squares there, and to show the icon we'll add a font family, and we'll give it a value of font awesome 5 Now when we say that, there is the two icons there. So now let's style it a bit. So we'll give it a color of teal, and we'll increase the size to 7 rem, and we'll position it absolute, and we'll position it with top at 10 pixel and at left 10 pixel. So now it's one on top of the other. We do not want that, we want two of them separated, but we'll do that in a bit. First let's set the opacity to 0.1. So then we'll add a z index of 0. Now let's change the position of the other icon. So we'll take one of these tags and we'll change the top and left position. So here we'll do top 30 minus 30 pixel, and we will give the value of left as also minus 30 pixel, so that it's outside the div here. So now we'll add a transform, and we'll rotate it so that it shows the correct angle, and we'll rotate it in the y-axis, and we'll rotate it 180 degree. Now when we save that, you can see this is on the other side. So we change the color as well. So the color we'll add Rebecca purple and save it. So now it's showing two icons, and it's similar to what we had here, but it's different. The colors are different, and the position what he set is also different. So now let's work with the toggling of these buttons. Let's go into the script.js and get all the toggle buttons there. So get toggles, const toggles is equal to document dot query selector all, and we'll get all the class with the FAQ toggle, and we'll loop. This will return a node list of all the buttons, and we loop through all of them. So toggles dot for each, and for each button we'll add a event listener. So btn dot add event listener, and we'll listen to the property of click, and when the click happens, we'll call this function. And in the function, so when this click happens, we want to toggle the active class, but the active class is not on the button, but it's in the parent class. So for example, in this button, if we click FAQ toggle here, we want to change the active class in the parent. So we'll do btn dot parent node dot class list dot toggle active. So that's all the JavaScript does. So now when we click here, it changes the class, and it adds and removes the answer from here. We have added too much padding here, so we will remove that as well. So in top and bottom we will add this 10 pixel padding, and now it looks better. That's it for this video. I hope you learned something from this. If you did, do let me know, and thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one.